We made it to day 28 of my 31 uploads in 31 days. And today I'm showing you guys how I cut on all of my machines while they're sitting on the bookshelves. So as you see, there's holes in the back, and they're intentionally made that size to fit the mat, but also not be seen in the front. So I'm going to get closer for you to see exactly how they look and explain how we made them, right? So these are bookshelves from IKEA. Put them together, but don't nail on the back. Just lean the back against the bookshelf and measure out where your hole is going to be. Put the shelves on and then put the Cricut on there and then measure it out, right? So I did not record that because this was done years ago and we didn't know we were going to make a YouTube video. So he measured it out. You can see the pen marks. He cut circle holes on each end. I think it's called with a circle saw. I don't even remember. And then used the saw to like slice straight across to make it a full oval. So this is what it looks like when he was cutting the actual holes for the slots. And then this is the view from the back. So you see it's a little bit wider. So you know the mat is going to slide right through. And the thing is, you're going to put the bookshelves on your desk and push the bookshelves towards the front of the desk so that between the wall and the bookshelf, you have a good amount of space so the mats can come through when they're cutting. If you do use a 12 by 24 mat, it's going to come out and then kind of slide down, but it still works and cuts. That's the extension cord that stays in the back so that all the machines can be plugged in and stay in. Right here, I'm just showing you how I have the bookshelves towards the front of the actual desk. And this is just a regular desk from IKEA as well. And it's about, from each shelf, about an inch above where the shelf is where you want to start your cut. Or, you choose, but that's where we started. And I'm just showing you the space going back behind it. When you're looking from the front, you don't see that there is a space between there. And I think sometimes that's where people are a little confused. So there is space. So every time I use the machines, they stay there. They never move. I'm also going to show you how I link all of the machines so I can cut on all 6 machines at one time. This is an older video. I'm just going to add it to this one for you guys so you don't have to go searching for it. So underneath every machine, there's going to be a number. It's going to be the type of machine it is. It says Cricut Air FA90. So that's how it's going to come up on the Bluetooth when you're going to look for it, especially when you have more than one. So I have like 2 makers, stuff like that. You'll know which one specifically you're going to use. So you're going to go into your Bluetooth settings, link all of the machines that you plan on using, and just hit connect. It'll come up and you just hit connect. So once you select all of the machines that you need, then we're going to go into Design Space. We're going to open up the first one, and then you can go into Design Space before you even do a project and just select the machine you want to use. Or you can open up a project, go to the top right there, and there's a drop-down button, select the machine. So let's say the first one, you're going to use the Cricut Maker 3. You're going to select that machine. Here I'm sending the project to the mat, but you don't have to. Just select the machine. Go to the top right, the top left of your screen, and click on File, and then you can open a new one. So you're going to repeat that process for each machines. So if I have 6 right now and I want to use all 6, I'm going to open Design Space 6 times. And then in each design space, you're going to choose the specific machine to send it to. Only thing is when you're doing this, you just got to pay attention if it's multiple projects to make sure you're putting the correct color cardstock in the correct machine, because sometimes it can get confusing. Usually, I try to use it for large orders so that I'm sending all the same project to the same machine. And now this is part of the old video, so y'all see how I used to store my machines. This is me just turning them all on and letting them all cut. In this instance, that's the example I was saying. I would send all of the same project to each machine just to get the work done even quicker. And that's it. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll see y'all for the next upload.